Hey everybody, welcome back. Remember I told you I had one last power station to review before we don't do a few for a while. Well, today we're looking at that one, and this is a really good deal. This is the OUKITEL 500 watt portable power station. So I'd mentioned before that I was going to kind of switch away from power stations for a while. I just had one left, and this was that last one left. I think I might possibly do one bigger one, but that's down the road a little bit. I'm working with one now that I'm testing out and seeing if I like it or not. But for now, this guy is awesome for your first 500 watt power station. 500 watts is a good range. It's a good starting range. It's definitely capable of charging up all your phones, your devices, all that stuff, but it will run some bigger stuff as well, and that's why it's nice to have that headroom of 500 watts in there. So if you want to run something that's 200 or 300 watts, like say your TV or something like that, you can do it, but it won't run things like a coffee maker or a blender or a drill or something like that, because it just doesn't have the power to do that. It's only 500 watts. The cool part about this is it's got an excellent price for the batteries it has. It uses the lithium ion phosphate batteries. So that's really not a bad price given those two factors. This runs $259. And I will put the link down below for you if you're interested. I just think it's really made well. I think it's a nice looking unit. The screen has a ton of information. That I really like. I like being able to see what's going on with my unit. You know, I don't like it when you kind of have to do guesswork and, well, how much am I drawing? I like the fact that it shows you what's going in, what's going out, all that. I charged this from, I want to say 45% when I got it, because you're not allowed to ship them fully charged. And anything with the lithium batteries, you have to do them halfway or something, to 63 or 62% in about 45 minutes. That's pretty darn good, I gotta say. It's a very quick charging unit. It's got a really nice capacity. You got 196,000 milliamp hours, or 614 watt hours. Very nice display. All of your time that you're using, all of that is up here. You'll see how much you're pulling, how much you're putting in, and I like that. I like being able to know what the heck is going on. Now, it does use the lithium ion phosphate batteries, like I mentioned before. That's good for about 1,000 cycles of a very long service life. The battery is also one of the safest lithium batteries out there. Lithium phosphates are a little bit safer than lithium ions. They tend not to blow up on you. You don't want that. Another thing I like about this is it's got a nice aluminum alloy shell. Now, there is plastic covering that, but it's a nice metal shell. Really nice leather handle there. I like that. It's not all that heavy. I think it weighs about 12 pounds. So definitely got all the features I like in it for a power station. And I really do appreciate when a company tries to put all its features in there and give you something that's a good value for the price. Now, normally something like this would probably be running about $500 or $600, but you know, for $360, $359, not a bad price at all. So let's take a look at it when I turn it on here. I'm going to hit the DC display first. There's your display. Now you will notice there's a fan. It's running in the background when you start it up. You can turn on. You see, you have your car charger or your DC 12 volts. This does do charging via car, and again, if you're charging this in a car, make sure your engine's running and you're going somewhere. You don't want to just charge it overnight and kill your car battery. So that turns on your DC. This will turn on your USB ports. All through here. You got a bunch of USB ports here. You also have a PD, which can do up to 100 watts PD charger. You got, let's see, the AC is 500, these two. Now, something I did notice about this is down here you have a place for your ground plug to go. Up here you do not. Now, I use a lot of stuff that doesn't have ground plugs, so I'm not worried about that. But if you're planning on plugging two ground plugged devices in here, you may want to get the adapter for the top plug so that you don't have to worry about that ground. The bottom one does have a hole for it. All right, let's put on the AC. There you go. So everything runs all at once. No problem with that whatsoever. I have been running this a little bit, playing around with some stuff. One of the things we're going to do today when we test this is we're not going to test it with a bunch of little USB stuff. I got two big devices that I want to run out here, and we are going to test those. They're going to be hard to get in camera because one's a freezer and one's a washing machine. But it will let you see a little more accurately how well this holds up. You do have a light on here, which I do like. You can change to SOS or flashing. That is handy. The reason I like the lights on these is because generally when you're using this, you might be dealing with a power outage. So it's kind of handy to have a light on it to see where you're going. If you want to walk around and kind of, lead your way to where you want to put this down and plug in your devices, it is kind of handy. I do sometimes like the side ones because it's not right in your face. But still, having a light on this, really a handy thing to have in a power outage or power loss situation. And generally, that's when you're going to be using these. So it does have the 110 volt AC circuit with a DC output. It does have MPPT power management. There's a chip inside that supports solar charging. It's got a high efficiency adapter for your regular charging here. And that's what I was using to charge it up. And I might add, this does not get ridiculously hot like some of the others. It works very well. It does have a car charger, so you can charge this in your vehicle. You can also draw off the cigarette lighter plug here if you want to, or you have a 12 volt down here, which is a 10 amp. Both of these are 10 amps. So you can do devices up to 10 amps on there. So total, you've got two of the 110 500 watt units. Again, that's a collective 500 watts. That's 250 and 250, not 500 and 500. So you got two of those. You've got two 12 volt plugs here, okay? You've got the Type C up to 60 watts here. You got the Type A's. You have two of those down here. Regular USB. You've got the cigarette lighter plug here. And you can charge this via AC, solar, car. And it's also got the 2 watt LED light, which we went over. So what we're going to do first with this is I'm going to put a panel outside and it's not going to be optimized, trust me. It's a 60 watt panel and you're probably only going to get like 30 watts off it because I'm going to just put it on the side of the house. I just want to show you how it looks when it's charging and seeing your input. So let me go set that up and I'll bring you back and we'll do that next. I'm going to show you the panel here in a second, but right now I just wanted to show myself plugging this in really quickly. There you go. You see the battery going up and down there, starting to charge. And like I said, it's not optimized. We're only probably getting about 20 watts out of the panel right now. There isn't much sun, and it's not all that optimized, but you do see it working. And it's not, this isn't in direct sunlight either, but it's definitely working very well. So that's really cool. Let me take you around front and show you the panel setup here really quick. I'll just back up a little bit to show you how I have it set up. I'm holding my camera by hand, so don't mind the unsteadiness. But that's how I got it set up. So you see my tripod there, and that's where the power station is. So you can see this will be very handy with a additional solar panel to keep you powered up during any kind of long-term power outage or emergency. All right, let's take it back inside now that we put a little juice in it, and let's power up some bigger devices. All right, so we saw solar charging. I want to show you how it would regularly charge with, say, a plug-in outlet. And we're going to use that right here. All right, plug that in there. Just plug this in here. And you can see everything light up. I'll bring it closer to this. There we go. So we're getting 125 watts input. Battery's charging up. And your little in indicator will light up here. You really couldn't see that outside in the sun, but that little in indicator lights up whenever you have something going in here, charging it up. So next up, we're going to try my portable freezer. Now this thing is big, and it will run on both plug and the cigarette lighter adapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up here, and we're actually going to run it on both and see how well this unit handles it. And then we'll try something else, and then we'll try, of course, the USB plugs. All right, so what you got over here is my Rock Pals refrigerator freezer. This thing gets cold quick. It doesn't draw a ton of power, but I want to see how it does with the load into the pure sine wave inverter, because refrigeration units can be weird. Sometimes they can run on modified sine wave. Sometimes they don't do too well. So I have not tried this before. So let's see just how well it works. It will do a countdown over here. It takes a second to turn itself on. I got the AC on already. Might as well turn that off. Just leave the AC on. And we're going to plug this in. And there's the countdown. Or count up. I haven't used it in a while. And there we go. So it's at 61 degrees inside. Alright, it's down. It's kind of blurry on the camera, but that is 59 degrees. I'm drawing, let's see, 31 watts out of here. No faults or issues either way. Seems to be working very well. And this is why I say, folks, if you have any kind of medication, let's say, that needs to be refrigerated, like insulin or anything else, having a portable freezer unit. I don't believe Rockpals makes this unit anymore, but trust me, on Amazon there are thousands of other units. Having something like that to keep your stuff cold, or even a large one like this to maybe say keep your freezer stuff cold during a power outage is really handy. And you see how well and efficiently it handles the load here. I'm only pulling 29 watts with this going down to 58 degrees. So that's pretty darn cool. I don't know if you can see it. Let's show you it really quick. Can you see the 29 watts? I have to turn on the USB or turn it off to show you. There you go. It does dim out quickly. I don't mind that because it's not killing the battery. Now what we're going to do next, I'm going to set it up, is we're going to plug in the other cigarette lighter adapter for this and see how well that handles the load into that plug there. We'll try it out. Alright, we got it plugged in here. I got the DC power on. There we go. It's going to do that crazy countdown again. And you see right off the bat, it's running about 37. It's going up and down, up and down. It drew about 37 peak. So now we're going here. I'm going to see, we went up to 65 peak. And we're at 36 consistent output there. 35, 36. So no problems with that either. This is working definitely very well. It's not giving me any kind of aggravation. And, you know, it's dimmed out there, so put that on again. So you can see about 31, 32 watts output. Definitely cool little system. Good to know that I can power this with something like that. So let's move on to a bit of a more powerful device, something kind of unusual you don't see every day, and something that I think is really handy for preppers, and that is a portable washing machine. All right, this is a bit big for the camera lens. This is a portable washing machine. I believe I did a video on this back in 2015 or 16, I'm not sure. It was one of the first things I started purchasing for the channel and for myself, as I realized I didn't have a way to wash clothing should the power go out. You know, my washer and dryer work great when there's 220, but when there isn't, I'm in trouble. So, what I'm going to do here is plug this in. I'm going to turn on our AC switch again, and plug that in there, and set the timer. Now again, I don't have water in this, we're just spinning the wheel. You're getting about 118, and that drops, and it'll spin the other way. So peak about 120, 121. No problem handling that load there at all. Very, very easy to do. And that's all this really does. It spins one way, then the other, then one way, and then it has a final spin when the timer runs out that will dry your clothing completely. So it is interesting to see it. It's handling the cycling very, very well up and down. No problem at all. So, definitely works for that. Let's try a couple of little mini USB things and then we will wrap up the video. Alright, so I got some basic USB devices out here. I got my cell phone, I got a little portable light, which of course, hey, you know what? We got a light on here, so we wouldn't need that, but you might need it somewhere else. And I've got my tablet. I'm going to turn on my USB, plug in my tablet there. This is a quick charger port up top here, so I'm going to plug my phone in that because it will support quick charging. And there we go. We got that going. We got that going. That is charging up. That is, get over there. That is charging up. You can see the little red LED, I don't know, but you can see the battery icon. And lastly, we've got this guy here. That's my little light. Pull that up there. And you got a little light to shed on things. And all of that, I am drawing a whopping, I'm going to turn this on, see, a whopping 6 watts. So we know that all the USB plugs work. Definitely a handy little item, and I do like the indicators here that show me what's on and what's off, and you know, if I want to turn the AC on. Now it doesn't do pass-through on the AC, okay? If you're charging this, you're not going to be able to run AC items. You will be able to run the USB items and the 12-volt items, which was what makes that freezer so handy, because it can run on AC or DC 12-volt. That's very, very handy. If you're in a real bind and you got to charge that battery as you're keeping your stuff cold, you can do it. It's not exactly great for the batteries, although lithium iron phosphate batteries tend to fare a lot better when doing that. So I think all in all, I think this is a really good deal for $360 for a 500 watt unit with lithium iron phosphate batteries. Definitely a neat deal. So this is the OUKITEL 500 watt power station. I will put a link down below where you can pick one of these up. They're right on my Amazon page in my power station section on my Amazon affiliate store. You can check them out. I will put a direct link to this product there. So if there's anything else you want to look up that I might have forgotten to tell you, you can do that. A lot of people ask me how to calculate, working time with their devices. What I usually do is I take the watt hours, all right, and in this case the watt hours are 614.4. So I divide times the watt hours times 0.85, okay. Then you divide that by the working power of your device. So if your device takes 115 watts to run, and you can get an idea about how long your device is going to run with this particular unit or any unit. That's just a neat little formula that I picked up while researching these, because I've done a lot of these power stations. This one I'm actually pleased with. It does a very good job. I'm probably going to be keeping this one around for out here. I always say that, and then I end up selling the one that I had out here off because a friend sees it and wants it bad, and I have so many now that, way higher wattage. So I feel bad, and I'm like, sure, go ahead. But this one I'm probably going to keep out here to use because I like the way this works. I'm going to try it with my 12-volt ham radio stuff and see if it has any RF hash. I haven't, in any of the reviews I've read, I haven't seen that. So looks like it's a pretty darn good unit, very well insulated. I love the metal housing on the outside. That gives me a little more confidence if I'm carrying it and it falls, it's not going to, crack on me. And it's extremely simple to operate. The whole thing is 12 pounds, nice and compact. You see, this is the size of a 10-inch tablet, and, that's definitely a compact size unit. So, like I said, link will be down below for this one. Don't forget to check out our whole Amazon affiliate store. Our freeze-dried wholesalers link, you will save 15% by using that link. Just clicking that link saves you 15% on his entire inventory. And now is the time to get stocked up before things get crazy. Don't forget to check out our My Patriot Supply link, which is preparewithiridium.com. They have some amazing long-term storage food deals there in kits. A 4-month kit, a 3-month kit, and a 4-week kit. Those are the specials right now. You can save up to $100 on that stuff, so check that out. Our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store down there as well. Same thing, freeze-dried food, really good, really pure, awesome food from Thrive. I really like their food. You don't need to join just to try it out. You can buy from them without being a member or anything. So definitely check them out. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.